that is everything. And we are all here for a short, sacred time, and what are we doing if not the thing that we feel like we're meant to be doing? So for your friend, I would just say thank you, because it's going to inspire me to keep doing what I know I'm meant to do. But also, there's another thing, which is mentorship, which is, and I think this film is going to be a mentor for everyone in this room. We can always return and watch this film and feel mentorship for the thing we are terrified of continuing to do, or of picking back up, or the calling that won't stop calling and knocking on our door even though we ignore it and we become accountants. Nothing wrong with accountants. My father was an accountant. But then he discovered later in life that he was meant to be a swimming coach, and now he's a swimming coach. But he had to go bankrupt in order to figure out that he had to be a swimming coach. But he got there, and the calling keeps calling. And Sondheim has two legacies. Sondheim has the legacy of all of his music and all of his work, and he has this other legacy of mentorship and of being that father figure, that parental figure for young artists to explore and express their uniqueness, their particular woundedness, their particular giftedness. And Lin Manuel is another person that is working on those two legacies, and I am also a person that wants to work on both of those legacies, because I know how much I needed mentorship as a young high schooler who was totally lost, who got concussed 3 times playing rugby and then realized I wasn't going to be an athlete, wasn't academic, could apply myself but didn't really care, and then felt so fucking lost because the arts were not encouraged in my neck of the woods. It was, you were either a doctor or a lawyer or a business person, or a waste of time. That was the subliminal message I got, and it felt like it was in the Truman Show, and I felt like I felt like there has to be something else. And actually, if there's not something else, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't know what I am doing in this world. And I felt that as a teenager. Like, I was an emo teenager. and then it was my mother who encouraged me towards the arts. She had the courage to send me into a life of poverty, potentially, just because she couldn't handle me being unhappy. And I explored painting, and I explored sculpture, and I explored music, and I loved it all, but it didn't light me up in the way. And the last thing I tried was theater, and it was through a teacher called Mr. Tong, Philip Tong, and he introduced me to Shakespeare and to Arthur Miller and to Tennessee Williams and their work. And suddenly I started to feel like I was at the end of the Truman Show, feeling the wall, and I found the open door, and I was like, there was a black hole. I was like, I've got to walk through. And it was only through being exposed and mentored by someone who could see me deeply did I get the opportunity to be sat here right now talking to you about something that I am so, so proud of, that I hope it provides mentorship and reassurance and encouragement and terror and inspiration for you all to do what you're meant to do in your lives. So there we are.
Well, yeah, I have nothing more to say to that. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much.